fresh, like.
Yeah. So like yesterday, hi guys, I know we're live this time,
Yeah.
but like
Hi.
yesterday I was talking to Vanessa and like there was a notification that came up. It's like, there's no way that that we've been live this whole time. What's going on, guys? So if you're watching this in the Digital AC Hacker community, thank you. And if you're a new member, hi, I'm David Murillo from Digital AC Hacker. This is Karen Height, Height Digital and co-founder at the Master Hackers and the creator of the amazing concierge service. All right. And then
Yay.
if you want to intro for your LinkedIn.
There you go. Yeah, like I feel like we come and talk in lives and like, what do we even do? So we have been hosting events, small, medium, like bigger sizes. Like we have the Commitment Summit coming up next month in Costa Rica. We have our mastermind events for our members. And also we have our intensive. So in this process, we've learned so much about what do people really want. And I thought, why don't we go and jump on a live, David, on talking about the biggest mistakes that we have seen in hosting these different types of events. What would you say it's the first mistake that comes to your mind?
Well, not just that we've seen, but like we can save you save you the time because we've probably done them. Now, I remember the first time, like, what was it? We were really highlighting that okay to fail type of stuff. So we're just like doing a bunch of stuff and failing at a lot of things. But the great part is succeeding at a lot of things as well. So one of the things that we said was a big misconception that even we were facing was like, dude, who are we going to get to speak? Like, where are we going to get the budget for this to hire like some cool names that we can tag to the event? And what I remember, JC was the first one to say this, and then we just stuck with it. It's like, dude, depending on how many people that sign up, like we'll adjust the budget there. And if it ends up being smaller than we thought, dude, we can just, as long as the main topic is something that we know, we can be the presenters. Sorry. Yeah. We can be the speakers there at our own event. It's our event. They're there for us. And I mean, that's just what you got to think about. This is your audience. They're there for you, right?
Exactly. And I think a lot of people, like one of the biggest mistakes that they do is like trying to overcompensate. I think like the reason why you try to get, this like crazy speakers, obviously they add value. That's not a question, but I think it's a lot of like not understanding your own value and being afraid of, okay, what should I bring to the table? Why would people come to this event? And I think that's one of the points that we're definitely going to hone in the challenge next week, because we want everybody to understand their value first. I think anything that you do, whether it's a virtual, a webinar, whatever, you have to you have to present yourself with confidence. You have to know what you're bringing to the table, and that will speak louder than anything. And so anyway, so that's one of the things that we for sure have seen, people trying to overcompensate with spending a lot of money, because speakers do cost a lot. I'll tell you, like, that's something that is crazy to me, especially after COVID. Even virtuals, it's so insane how speakers will charge you the same amount for, instead of like traveling and going somewhere, and like all that, the same amount of money for a virtual from their homes. So just FYI, that is something that is happening, which, I mean, power to you if you're able to like charge, that amazing revenue, to have that amazing revenue for experience and all that good stuff,
Yeah, another one I think that, and this goes beyond events, but for this event theme, is feeling like you're the only one that has that imposter syndrome. And I think we've heard even some of the biggest like speakers that we've had, like, to sit up there and after their thing, like, yeah, I still have to give myself a little pep talk. Like, I think I won't name them, but I've heard like some of our bigger speakers like say, yeah, I mean, it never goes away.
That's one of the things that I enjoy about, like meeting these people that have had experience speaking on stages. When we interview them, we normally do a little interview after our sessions. And that is one of the things that everybody's like, yeah, like, how did it go? And I think it's a great quality of like, still wondering, did I do a good job even after the session, because you always want to improve. But it's kind of funny, to think that people that have done this like hundreds of times on huge stages, still get scared about speaking and showing up,
Oh, I got one here is, and this goes along with the looking for big names and stuff and kind of spending your budget before you know what it is, right? Is not looking not thinking that you can look in your community and find other people like maybe that are at the same level or around it. If they have an expertise that your audience, your attendees can get benefits from, like that's another huge win right there. And y'all are both winning and potentially could be a sponsor or whatever, pay for their spot type of thing. One of our members did that as well, right out there in St. Louis for their event. So.
Yeah, no. Another one that I would say as well is not understanding what your audience really needs. I think a lot of the times we start working on this agendas before we even have the attendees. And that's one of the things that we do very different. We first go and this is something, by the way, guys, that we're covering in the challenge next week, 4 days. It's a free challenge that we just want to share with everybody, how we do events and how we go about this and the things that we have learned, the things that we've failed at, and how we continue to do this type of events, especially just like smaller in-person events. But one of the things is, especially for those like mini events that we're running that have the highest conversion rates, by the way, we're talking about this in a little bit, understanding who's coming first and what their needs are is way more important than you trying to put a whole agenda that it's probably going to be very motivational, very exciting in the moment, but at the end of the event, it's still not solving the problems that these people have. And I think that is the one thing that you can do for any audience that whether it's virtual or whatnot, focusing on solving their main problem or one of their main problems. It's what's going to guarantee somebody else wanting to attend that event, because that's really what speaks to them. Wow, I was just able to overcome this obstacle or solve this thing that would have taken me hours, to do by myself.
And I think what happens when you create something that you don't have the demand for, and this applies to more than just the event, but especially with in-person events, because you're pulling people into a room out of their cave or whatever office they're usually their day-to-day, as not serving that very, very easy to serve and easy to sell need that they have and that they want to pay somebody money for to get it off their hands. So this is one of those things that you just have to do. And we have this really cool process with our intensive method that, again, Karen said she was that we're going to be highlighting next week in the challenge that kills this problem and solves it for you and allows you to create a much better event. That is my favorite thing to do, easy to sell. Okay, you don't want to have to sell this thing. You really want to position yourself as you're interviewing, and that's a whole nother day. We're doing a day devoted just on that piece of the pie and really filtering the audience. By the way, I'll say it right now under my name right here. I got signup.digitalagencyhacker.com, and we'll go dive into the funnel later. But if you want to go ahead and sign up and register, like go do that. If you need us to help and deliver it to you in your inbox, we're happy to do so. Just hashtag challenge below or tag one of us, David or Karen, in the comments below wherever you're seeing this. If you're seeing this on YouTube or LinkedIn, tag whoever profiles it's coming up on. Okay.
Absolutely. And one of the last ones I wanted to make sure that I share, especially with people that are looking to, I know that we had several people signing up. So thank you already for joining us next week. It's going to be super fun. You're going to be able to access all of this real time, jumping on a call with us and just being able to talk about this through at the end of the sessions that we're going to have. But one of the things that I think it's a major mistake that people do is trying to go crazy on the budget. I think that is why a lot of people get scared, about going and putting an event together, because they think I am not ready. I do not have the money to do this and whatnot. And I think for the people that we chatted, like Matt DeSano, Ryan Lucia, and some of our members that have already done this event, you can do it in many different ways. My favorite after doing the masterminds and TCS and the intensive really is that small setting and bringing these people to your office, if you don't have an office, bringing them to, a small conference in a hotel.
Yeah. One of those shared spaces, the co-working spaces, any place works. We go over this as well, like removing those type of obstacles, where am I going to host it and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. So understanding who these people are first, making sure that you have super valuable information and that you're able to tackle, those obstacles that they are looking to solve. It's number one priority for these people. Now, I will say personally, like good food is the only thing where I would spend money, just because like that would be, and by good food, just not nachos, like just do something like better than that. But honestly, like the experience is more about being able to like break bread together, being able to like work on, spreadsheet. I think too many people get too excited about just listening to somebody instead of actually getting work done in those like in-person events. And that makes a huge difference. So anyways, we're super excited to be able to go through all of this next week. I did wanted to highlight, we have a really good friend of ours, Steve Larosiliere, doing his event in May 16, I think. So I want to make sure that I share it in here. I am super proud of this guy. So if you haven't connected with Steve, he is an amazing person. He has an agency. He's had an NGO. Like he's just like one of those people that is really about giving and coming from abundance. And I'm excited. His niche is in woodwork. So he has like this really cool brand called Woodpreneur, and is doing his next event in May 16. So I wanted just to highlight this because a lot of people think like, oh, I have to do this crazy funnel and that has like pop-ups and all this crazy stuff. This actually has a pop-up, but like just like spend hours and countless of hours on copy to like make it. Look at this. Like this is exactly what you need to do, because I thought it was a perfect example of like taking action and not overthinking.
Like, when did he launch this? Because this is the type of guy Steve is. Amazing. We highlighted him at one of our masterminds last year, and I was chatting with him. He was like, dude, guess what I did yesterday? Like the day when you're supposed to be arriving and getting settled into the hotel, he threw a freaking mini mastermind himself for his audience, the woodpreneurs or whatever. And like, I'm like, what are you saying? And he's like, yeah, dude, I sold like, whatever he sold there he definitely got his money back on everything he spent, flights included, everything like that, probably like tenfold or whatever. But he literally put it up like kind of like this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the dude makes amazing things. Okay, so if you wanted to spend a year on this and make it perfect and beautiful and blah, 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 not that this looks bad or anything, but he could spend time on that. But you know what he did instead? Bam, he throws it right there. It takes action immediately, gets it out to his list, gets it out to the people that need to see it, because guess what? You're doing them a disservice by spending hours and hours and days building your perfect snapshot or funnel or whatever you need to do to make it beautiful, because their eyeballs aren't even seeing it yet. Okay. They're not even listening to you talk about it yet. Okay. We all make this mistake, right? So, but this is awesome. Look how simple.
Yeah, you have to understand who your audience is too, like once you understand who your audience is, what do you really need? They probably don't need to like, if they're in woodwork, they probably don't need to like see all this bunch of like crazy stuff that we as marketers think that people need, that this like long copy, like this is straight to the point, where we're going to accomplish, And like they have a very interesting approach. You're going to network, which people want. You're going to listen to a Q&A. So like that is going to be a great example of like just having conversations, being able to like raise your hand in there and just ask questions to Jeff Perry in this case, which is an owner, like this is an actual person doing the work that many of the attendees are, if not everybody there, is focusing on. And they're going to learn how to automate your sales and marketing, which is like Steve's expertise, right? So I just wanted to make sure that I share that with you guys.
Wait, put that up real quick. I want to highlight one thing that everybody in this group should know if they've ever touched a funnel in Go High Level before. If you look, pull it up real quick.
Yeah, let me 1 second.
If you look at one little detail on here, right there, the color of that button is the default color of the freaking buttons in High Level. That's how you know the guy went to work, boom, blasted it out to his list, is talking to people, is getting people on here, is getting ready to deliver them value at the event. So guess what? They can turn into long-term customers with a much higher LTV, guys. Like that's action right there. Anybody that's ever been in a Go High Level funnel, go open one up right now. That's the color the button is on default.
I will also say that Stevie is one of those people that he really focuses on adding value to his community. So when we're looking into events, and doing anything for our communities, whether it's also a virtual event, knowing that you're consistently adding value to these people, it's major in making sure that you do whatever you do is successful. Now, the event that we're going to talk about next week, it's the first event. So it's the first attempt for you to be able to build this audience and do it the right way. So we're going to cover a lot of things that if you do not have an audience today that you feel super comfortable in, like just sending out, an invitation like this one and getting them to like join you in person, you can still do the work in those 4 days to be able to accomplish that at some point this quarter. So I want to make sure that everybody that is watching this, don't be scared. We're going to give you all the details, whether you are ready to do an in-person event today or not. We're going to guide you through that journey.
Oh, and by the way, this is part of a quarterly challenge series. And this first one we're doing is going to be absolutely free for live attendees. Okay. We're relaunching our Digital AZ Hacker membership platform. This is like part of our celebration of that launch. And we wanted to deliver as much value to as many people as we could. But I advise you guys, this is the first time we've done like any type of free event in a while. Okay. And what's cool about that is you get to jump in. And obviously we've tested this on our own intensives, our own events. We've done a bunch of them. And then even inside of our own mastermind. But outside of the mastermind, we have not released this information, this strategy, this process yet. So it is very much a new type of strategy that you can implement and do it the way that we've actually been testing and doing and having success with ourselves and members we've been doing that, so you get to jump in and collapse time and be able to leverage, all the headaches and everything that we've encountered during this whole process and just literally take the blueprint and go execute it yourself. And we've removed every single barrier that you could have internally and externally, okay? And basically made it as simple as pie to launch this thing. And it's not just 4 days. I feel like maybe I should change the funnel, but it's 4 hours. It's just 1 hour a day is the sessions, okay? And within that time frame, like you should not be able to have launched this thing, be having sales conversations, getting people booked in and everything like that before all the crap that comes up normally that prevents somebody from doing this. This is the time to do it right now. The main benefit right now is people are holding on to their wallets, holding on to their money a lot more. So building these type of relationships at these types of events, because the times are uncertain right now, you're going to have a much better method in order to turn these prospects, these attendees into long-term clients and have a much more solid foundation and relationship with those clients.
Yeah, didn't we just cover that in times of AI, like what people really need, personal touch and like actual real connections.
I just wrote down like an intro for a new video, but yeah, we got AI stuff we'll do some AI stuff in the challenge. We'll show you, there's plenty. Like we use it all day. We've been using it for a couple of years now, and ChatGPT, awesome. We promise there'll be some little AI sprinkled in there. Okay. But yeah, in times of uncertain, and if AI is going to replace you, one thing that AI can't do is take your clients out to lunch and host a freaking intensive event, host an in-person event. Okay. So like practice doing these types of things that are going to separate you from the rest of the sea of marketers and automated AI chat marketer, whatever they're going to be building now. But separate yourselves from the pack, okay? You can still create a presence and build your brand and authority in your community that's centered on you, no matter what technology pops up. Crypto, AI, whatever the heck it needs to be next year, you're still there, okay? So cement your place in your community, in your market, your niche. Do it. We're going to show okay, yes.
So see you there. I have to go to another call. I literally have to jump on another call for our next event in Costa Rica. So are you gonna stay and show them the
yeah? So I'll stay and show the funnel. Let me pull that up.
Bye, guys.
Okay, so guys, check this out. We're gonna pop in the funnel here, and let me just remember. Oh, it's right there under my face. signup.digitalazhacker.com. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go here and share my screen. Oh, window. Here we go. The intensive funnel, and let me just double check, make sure it's on my screen. So right here, now what you can do is you can either go to signup.digitalazhacker.com and check that out. So basically, we're showing you how to launch your first profitable in-person event in just 4 days without complex funnels or breaking the bank, okay? And without a huge audience either, okay? That helps, obviously, launching to a big audience, but we're gonna help you figure out things in order to assist you with making sure you fill the butts in the seats. Okay. And also without like overplanning and overdoing it, overthinking every step of the way, because you haven't done it before. The next time you do it, it's going to be a lot easier. Okay. So we got a really cool thing where we let you, we help you to test this method with a small group and more intimate group of people. You can give feedback. That feedback loop is crucial during this. And ultimately for agencies large, this is going to provide you a new, exciting way to get more dream clients into your door and build increase your LTV on said clients. And for small agencies, this is going to allow you a new way to grow your agency. And also at the same time, for both, everybody needs this. Build more authority and enhance your brand in your market, niche, in your community, whatever it is you're focusing on. Okay, connect with the dream clients and do all the branding and authority building in your market. So let me skip down here below. Basically, all you need to do. Oh, this is the deets, the who, what, when, where. Okay, Karen and I are going to be hosting 4 days event. It starts on the 9th, next Tuesday, 11 a.m. Central Time. And bam, right here, one thing I didn't cover is obviously getting away from all the shiny objects syndrome, quick fix things that may or may not work. You can follow our blueprint and avoid wasting times on crap that does not work and only focusing on things that are going to get you results. Okay, that's our mission. That's why we did a challenge instead of just like a masterclass where you may or may not do the event or you may or may not take action on it. We wanted to challenge you guys and get you guys to step up and be able to host events like this, and then take the feedback, improvise, reiterate, and boom, do it again. This is a whole new thing that you can do as often as you'd like to get new clients in the door. Ensure profitability, okay? And by focusing on our proven strategies and also making an impact in your clients and attendees' businesses, and boom, converting them into long-term clients, okay? Crucial here. Day 1, event readiness and prepping your audience. Okay, day 2 is going to be the prospecting and marketing strategies behind this. Day 3 is filtering the audience and setting up the agenda. Day 4, event execution, and then our proof of success. Throughout this whole process, we're going to have some guest attendees hop in here. We've showcased a few of these people and different examples over the past few days and the past few lives we've had on here in the group and wherever you're watching this from. But we're going to have more and highlight their wins, failures, and experiences, things that you can kind of learn from them and leverage, the actions that we've already taken to help you take action on yours. Guys, if you want to get in on this, click get more info right there, fill your name out, and let me see. Oh, I can't hop in the next. On the thank you page, there's going to be an option to skip the line, and there's going to be some instructions, step 1, 2, 3, all that on the thank you page. And then there's going to be some options to skip the line. If you want to get more support, you text in a number, VIP, into this number that'll appear on the screen. And if you need more support, I highly suggest you do that. If you're the one that, hey, like, I want the VIP plus, like, just give me everything, this up front seating, the VIP area. If you're that type of person that does that when you go to events, we want you to take advantage of this VIP offer that we have. On top of that, it'll be on the page after you register. The event is free. Okay, 100% of the challenge is free. Okay. The VIP offer, there's a little bit of cost to it, but it's highly worth it. And we'll go over that in detail with you. If you're interested in that, text in. We put some extra resources behind that and manpower in order to make sure that the overachievers are people that want to ensure that they can kill it with this type of offer, this type of intensive, this type of event. They want to take their agency to the next level. We've ensured that with a few other pieces to the puzzle. Now, of course, jump into the challenge. This is freaking amazing, awesome strategy. We've been testing this since we've started using doing masterminds. We spoke about the first one here earlier. And guys, you can take the past few years that we've been experimenting and testing different strategies and methods for our own events. You can take them and implement them on your own audience for your own agency to help you grow your business and be more successful, have more time to do the things you love. Okay, that's it for today. I appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one.